working on GMetrix Excel Expert Practice Exam 3. We're currently on the third project called Grocery Store. Task 1 asks us to go ahead and on the Week 1 Specials worksheet in D10, we're going to go ahead and insert a formula that looks at multiple criteria to return the true or false value. And it does not want us to use the if function. It's very clear on that. So what we want is the or function nested with the and statement. So we'll go ahead and insert our function. We have our cursor in D10. We're going to click or and click OK. Our logic 1 is going to be and open parentheses to start our argument. And the first criteria is bread, which is C5. Is that greater than 100? We'll do comma to start a new part of this. Is D5 greater than 100, which is the milk? And then finally, is E5 greater than 100? We'll close our parentheses to end that argument. It says false, but we have another criteria we need to enter. And that criteria is are the apples and bananas more than 100? So apples is, we'll go ahead and type in and open our parentheses for apples, G5 greater than 100, comma to separate that and add a new part of this and statement. And bananas is I5, is that greater than 100? Close our parentheses and we'll go ahead and click OK. And it goes ahead and says that that is true. We'll go ahead and click Mark Completed. Task 2 asks us to stay on this Week 1 Specials. And what we're going to do is do the HLOOKUP function to determine the sales price for any of the items from this drop down. So if it changes, it'll look up in the list. So what we want to do is put our cursor here in in C3, and we're going to go ahead and insert the HLOOKUP function. We'll go ahead and click OK. And our lookup value is going to be C2. Our table array is going to be C4 to K6, which K6 is the cucumber, so it's everything in that list. The row index number is going to be 3, it's the third row. And we want an exact match, so we'll go ahead and click false here in the range lookup and we'll click OK. And now if we change the items here, it will change as well. We'll click Mark Completed. Task 3 asks us to go ahead and consolidate the average prices from the Week 1 Specials 2 and 3 onto the Weekly Specials summary. And so on this, we're going to go ahead and select our range here. And we're going to go ahead and go to Data, Consolidate. Up here we want Average. And we're going to go ahead and click this box right here. We're going to go to the Week 1 Specials, and we want to go ahead and select this price range. And we'll click Add here. On this, we want to go to the Week 2. And notice it went ahead and populated that for us. We can click Add. Same for 3, click Add. And now what we want to do is, well, let's go back. We have Week 1, Week 2, Week 3 specials for all of that. It's the average function. We're going to click Create Links to Source Data, and we're going to go ahead and click OK. And we'll click Mark Completed. Task 4 asks us to go to the Manager Salaries tab, and we already have our cursor in H8, but it wants us to go ahead and go to the Formulas tab at the top and look at the trace precedence, which points us to how it got to the conclusion that it did. And what it wants us to do is to add the red text color to this cell right here, Total Sales. So we'll put our cursor there in Total Sales. And on the Home tab, we're going to go ahead and click the font color drop down here and click red. We'll click Mark Completed. And Task 5 asks us to look at this empty cell here for commissions. And we're going back to the formulas here. We're going to use the trace precedence to figure out why is that cell blank. And it points us to the total sales. And then when we look at the other part of the formula, we notice that it's pointing to an empty cell. So what we want to do is just change B18 here to B13. And we'll click Enter. And it goes ahead and it fixes that for us. We'll go ahead and click Mark Completed.